Hey guys, so I'm about to work out. I don't feel this pre-workout is as strong as Explosion. I do feel there is energy and all this, but I don't feel it's as strong, especially the alertness. But I'm gonna start working out and I'll see how it goes. Koka Labz. We all know Koka Labz. It doesn't need an introduction, and this is their pre-workout La Royale. Now this pre-workout looks all fancy and stuff. Look at that label. Looks like something that was released in the 80s. Let's just admire this for a second, because this has some unique art on it. I mean, no other supplement company has branding like this, I don't think, at least on this pre-workout. There are fancier labels, but this is something else. It's from the 80s. It's looking like something special. But anyway, the most important part, how's the experience? Well, first, let's go over the ingredients, and then, of course, we'll dive into my experience using this pre-workout. So, this pre-workout overall, the overview is that this label is a little bit smaller than the other pre-workout that I reviewed recently, which is Explosion, also by Koka Labz, but this has less ingredients. But let's go over the label real quick. So there's 5 grams of Citrulline Malate. This is a 2-in-1 ratio, so there should be about 2.5 grams, or maybe a little bit more actually, 4 grams of pure citrulline in here, and that should help with nitric oxide production, helping with pumps, better blood flow, meaning better nutrients and better recovery. But then we have the next ingredient, Beta-Alanine, 3.2 grams. You might feel some tingles with this, but it's completely harmless. At 3.2 grams, this is a full clinical dose, and it should help with muscular endurance, power, output, and much more. But you need to be taking it on a regular basis. Can't just take it on a pre-workout like a few times a week. Like creatine, it needs time to saturate in your body. Glycerol. Glycerol is for pumps, 1 gram. It should help with that water wet pumps that you may or may like. And then we have taurine, another ingredient that helps with water retention. It's also like an electrolyte. It helps with hydration, helps with endurance, has many benefits overall, and there's 1 gram in there. Should be solid. Alpha GPC, 50% at 600 milligrams. So we're getting that full 300 milligram dose that we need to increase that neurotransmitter that's regarded as the learning and the focus concentration type of neurotransmitter. So we have that elevated, we're going to have better focus. And usually it's combined with huperzine, but we don't see huperzine in here. But still, alpha GPC is the full clinical dose in this pre-workout. Then we have 500 milligrams of Agmatine. It's a little bit of a small dose, but it's the bare minimum. It should help with pumps, prolonging the nitric oxide levels that's increased from the other nitric oxide boosters. Then we have 350 milligrams of caffeine. This is the only caffeine source in here, but there are other stimulants like DMHA, yohimbine, and there's 2 forms of yohimbine. But 350 milligrams, that's quite a big dose. I mean, it's not huge, but it's bigger than 300 milligrams. And it should help with focus, alertness, and reducing fatigue. Then we have DMHA, good old DMHA, 200 milligrams. It should be like a milder version of DMHA. It has less of an effect on the cardiovascular system, thus it shouldn't have those nasty effects on blood pressure and elevated heart rate. And 5 milligrams of bioprint. This should help you absorb all the ingredients that it's taken with, so it enhances the bioavailability of the other ingredients. Yohimbine, 2 sources of yohimbine here. If 1 isn't enough, then 2 will be enough for you. 1 gram of pure yohimbine. 1 milligram, sorry, not 1 gram, that'd be huge. 1 milligram. So yohimbine is like a fat burning stimulant. When it's combined with other stimulants, it gets even better. But, oh, I missed aerogenesis. 150 milligrams of aerogenesis. This should help with focus and motivation, as it can elevate your mood, enhancing those feel-good neurotransmitters. And so yohimbine, there's 2 sources, pure yohimbine and alpha yohimbine. Alpha yohimbine is supposed to be stronger, but with less side effects. And the regular yohimbine, that's just the regular yohimbine. And the doses are pretty small, 1 milligram and half a milligram. So usually we see a bit more than that. We see something like 3 milligrams of alpha yohimbine or the other form. So it should be an okay experience. Like if you hate your Himbine, you shouldn't really notice it that much in these kind of doses in La Royale. But let me go over the experience now. All right, Royale by Koka Labz. This is I like to think of it as a mini version of Explosion, because Explosion was something really strong. And after I took Explosion, I followed it up with Royale. And then when I was taking Royale, I was like, I was thinking Explosion was way better than what Royale was offering. And I looked at the label as well. It just looked like a smaller version of Royale. But that's not to say it's a bad pre-workout. Not every pre-workout that's super strong is going to be for everyone. So this type of pre-workout was good. In my experience, how was it? It increased energy, but it wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't anything crazy. Mood elevation was sort of there, just a hit, like a tinge of mood elevation with a lot of energy. And the energy wasn't overwhelming though. It was like beneficial energy where I could just perform and sustain my performance for a long period of time without feeling fatigued. And with the focus, it was there, but it wasn't like tunnel vision or anything like crazy like that. But I would say this is like a mini version of Explosion where there is plenty of energy. Nothing is overwhelming, and like there's nothing overwhelming that's happening. There's no side effects. There's no jitters or anxiety. It was actually a very smooth experience. Not that it was like smooth where it was calm energy, but the energy was plenty. Like there was plenty of energy, and it was definitely one that I felt was a exotic pre-workout with exotic experience. And I really liked it, but I didn't always look forward to taking it because it wasn't always like the best experience when it comes to, there wasn't anything special that it does over the other pre-workouts, say like Zeus, where Zeus gave like insane mood elevation. But with Royale, I didn't really feel like this was doing anything special, but it was a good overall experience. I was able to lift weight for a longer period of time, and I just kept going. But there wasn't anything trending, like there's no spikes or energy crashes or anything like that. It was just like straightforward pre-workout with exotic stimulants. And I would recommend you try it if you are looking for something strong, but nothing overwhelming and nothing that will lead to a crash, because it doesn't do anything like that. There's no crash. I didn't notice one, but it's a really good, well-balanced pre-workout. The pumps were okay, were not anything spectacular, but adding a pump formula helped. But on its own, it was just standard. You would get the pumps from the workout itself, which was already good from the pre-workout. So if you do want to check it out, you can check out the links in the description if you want to get it. And I don't believe I have a discount code. And I do appreciate Cross the Limits for sending this to me. Thank you. And this was totally unsponsored, unbiased review. But if you enjoyed this video, please check out the other videos. I also have like a strongest pre-workout list on my website, Fitfrek.com, and I also have a video for that. So it just depends on which one you prefer to consume, article or video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.